On behalf of the town of Black Mountain, Mayor Michael Sobel, the town board of aldermen, Ms. Maggie Tuttle, Mr. Don Collins, Mr. Larry Harris, Mr. Ryan Stone, and myself, Carlos Showers, I read the following proclamation for the International Day of Peace in Black Mountain. Whereas the ideal of peace embraces the deepest hopes of all people and remain humanity's guiding inspiration, and whereas beginning in 2002, the United Nations has designated September 21st of each year as the International Day of Peace, with one complete day of ceasefire around the globe, and whereas the United Nations dedicates the International Day of Peace to nonviolence and the cessation of hostilities and calls upon all nations and people to commemorate the day through educational efforts, public awareness, and adherence to the global ceasefire. And whereas Peace Day activities around the world includes peace marches, concerts, events, poetry readings, prayer ceremonies, art exhibits, vaccination campaigns, memorial services, school assemblies, family reunions, and sporting events, all made possible by the laying down of arms. And whereas the town of Black Mountain, North Carolina, has asserted itself by declaring itself an international peace zone, and whereas Black Mountain town leaders recognize that exceedingly high expenditures at the national level on a constant state of war around the planet not only increases our federal debt to intolerable levels, but also robs citizens and veterans of opportunities to meet vital human needs such as health care and education, and hampers the creation of stable local jobs, delays needed improvements in local and national infrastructure, and stagnates developments of renewable energy and resources. Therefore, we declare today, September 21st, 2015, as the International Day of Peace in Black Mountain. Phil?
Thank you.
Thank you for your leadership and this being done.
Well, thank you for speaking up at Town Council and getting it done.
Thank you.
So I'm very honored that this is the Day of Peace. I want to just give a little bit of some handouts that are over there. But let me give a message which I'll have to read from the UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon. Each year, the International Day of Peace is observed around the world on 21 September. The General Assembly has declared this as the day devoted to strengthening the ideals of peace, both within and among all nations and peoples. The theme of this year's commemoration, Partnership for Peace, Dignity for All, which aims to highlight the importance of all segments of society working together to strive for peace. The work of the United Nations would not be possible without the initial partnerships that were active at its creation and the thousands of partnerships in each between government, civil society, the private sector, faith-based groups, and other non-governmental organizations that are needed to support the organization in achieving its future goals. The International Day of Peace was established in 1981 by Resolution 3667 of the United Nations General Assembly. In 2001, the General Assembly unanimously voted to adopt Resolution 55-282, which established 21 September as an annual day of nonviolence and ceasefire. The United Nations invites all people to honor the cessation of hostilities during that day and to otherwise commemorate that day through education, public awareness, and peace. And did I hear you correctly, Carlos, in reading that proclamation, that it's the intent that by next year, we, the town of Black Mountain, will be on a register of probably only 200 worldwide cities of peace?
That be the case, yes.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, we gave a proclamation signed by Don Colley from Whitehorse across the street, Reverend Joe Friddle, and Pablo Stone and myself. A petition it was called, and Carlos is carrying it through, so we're going to see some next year's celebration. All that said and done, tonight there was a concert for peace across at the White Horse at 7:30. Michael Jeffrey Stevens and his Lightbulb Jazz Band are going to be playing. Kim Hughes is going to be singing peace songs, and it will be a real peace party. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.